All right, sitting here with Colin Nathan, and obviously this is going to be a response to basically the interview I did with Chief a little bit earlier on, basically talking about the whole Azinga Fuzile situation. So, to get straight to it.
No. Firstly, Viva.
Okay.
Viva, Hayden.
Viva.
How you doing?
No, I'm good. Yourself, how you doing?
Well, how do I look? No, I'm great, man.
Cheerful.
I'm great. I mean, obviously there's been a lot of controversy this week with Azinga defecting and going back to Chief. Congratulations to that reunion. I have no hard feelings towards them getting back together.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, a lot of people would say that you have hard feelings going.
No. Let me put it on record. I really don't. I couldn't be bothered, to be honest, because I think why I'm not feeling anything, well, there's several reasons. It's happened to me before, and it'll happen to me again. It's the nature of what we do in boxing, and it's what happens. This isn't a new thing in boxing. And it's one of those things. It's part of boxing. It's part of the sport. Fighters defect, they leave, they jump ship, and that's the story of the sport.
I mean, he's defected, right? But I mean, there's all these plans that you had for him. But I mean, does that stop now? Does it continue?
I think that's why I'm actually feeling very comfortable with things, because I'm still running the ship. I'm still driving the ship. I'm steering it for them, whether they like it or not. There's a certain level of accountability. So I'm still putting the fight together for them, and unfortunately for them, they're still going to be accountable to both Rumble Africa and myself.
Well, that's another question I wanted to ask, because obviously I'd asked him, would you guys be willing to work together? I mean, from his side,
your side. Let me put it in perspective. I'll work with anyone and everyone for the goodness of the sport of boxing, for South African boxing. I got asked in an interview yesterday by Fuzile down by the Dispatch yesterday, and he said to me, am I still putting the fight together for the Eliminator? And absolutely, because the issues are nowhere near as big as boxing, and no one's bigger than the sport. And if it means putting South African boxing on the map and creating the opportunity for Azinga, absolutely. Like I'm saying, I don't care. I want to do what's right for South African boxing.
What did you think about that one comment about Azinga saying he had lost his style? I think you would have seen that clip.
Dude, honestly, I mean, I just can't entertain that bullshit, really. I mean, it's also like he denies telling me that he wanted to leave. The story I heard from him in my office, and again, it goes back to why would I bullshit and lie? He was offered 20,000 Rand a retainer a month, but on condition he leaves me and goes back to Chief. And was I okay with it? I was never okay with it. We had to find some sort of working relationship. And I still asked him, where are you going to be training? And he said to me, no, I'll be training here. The next thing, obviously, the next day I heard that he had left and went to Chief. And then, of course, there's the saga and the issue of the Boxing South Africa contract, which ends on the 1st of September 2022. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
So, I mean, if you look at it from that point of view, I mean, you've got a legitimate contract.
Okay, now hold on. You say legitimate contract. Have you seen the contract?
I've seen the contract.
You've seen the contract?
Absolutely.
You were in my office like 10 minutes ago, right? And is it a legit contract?
Yeah, it's a legit contract.
Okay, with Azinga's signature on?
Yeah.
And Ramakwali's signature on, right?
Correct, yeah.
And it was a Boxing South Africa contract?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, enough said about the contract. Let's move on.
So what I wanted to talk about, obviously, you working with Chief. I mean, would you be working with him directly, being still the manager of Azinga?
I'm glad you said that, because that's on record. I mean, officially, I still am. Like I said to you, I'll work with anyone and everyone. But this isn't about money. Let me put it straight. This is not about money. This is about principle. When a fighter comes and he renews a contract, a management agreement for 2 years, that he had signed before, and on the 1st of September last year, re-signs again for another 2 years, fighters need to understand that the principles involved in the sport, that you can't just sign contracts and think you're going to get out of them that easily. It doesn't work that way. And yes, I will enforce the contract, because he knows. And the bullshit stuff that he said that he knows nothing about a contract, you've seen it. You've just said you've seen the contract. So again, this is about principle. And yeah, I've done a lot of work to get Azinga into the spot. I went twice to America to sort out the Eliminator. And like I'm saying, there's consequences for everyone's actions, isn't there? And unfortunately, this will be a learning curve for him.
Well, I know you're not Rumble Africa Promotions spokesperson, but I mean, you are an international advisor,
yes.
So you work with all their boxes.
Correct.
And including Azinga, that is, and
yes,
you would anyway as a manager. But I mean, where do they stand? Are you guys all having to sit together?
Look, I mean, I think Rumble were upset about what happened. I really am not upset, like I've said to you as we started this interview, because I hold all the cards, don't I? So So, and it's not an arrogant thing, it's the truth. I'm putting the fight together for Zinga, and I want the best for him. I think he can be champion of the world. If it's with Chief, so be it. But the contract ends with me being his manager on the 1st of September 2022. So he has to get him and Chief have to still endure my face and understand that they're still going to have to be seeing me as well, which, you know, might piss them off. But I don't care. I'm not here to win a popularity contest. I'm here to make world champions.
What do you think about the story about, like, you know, they had come to you from Chief and now they're back with
Chief?
Chief?
Like, we were talking off camera about this, and it's actually funny. It's actually funny, and that's why I like, this is boxing, man. Controversy is the lifeline of the sport. And, you know, it's spicy, it's entertaining, it's like days of our lives after the ad break, you know? Yeah. It's one of those things. And boxing's always got these stories. I have no hate. I have no ill feeling towards anyone in the sport. But again, I'm only smiling because I know I've got all my ducks in a row and I've got all my paperwork in a row.
So in terms of your actual feelings towards the Zinga, you obviously like the kid.
I don't mind the kid. I mean, I wish him well. I'm not sure I'll ever work with him again because, you know, he hasn't been honest with the media in terms of what he told me in my office, and he knows about the agreement. But no hard feelings. Dude, this is boxing. And it's, remember, I said to you, it's never personal, it's always objective.
Well, you mentioned there that he wasn't honest with the media. So you're basically saying he said one thing to you and another thing to the media?
Correct.
And then, I mean, how do you take that? I mean, like, how do you...
Like I've just said. That's what it is.
So you won't work with him again outside of the contract?
Well, of course, there's, you know, in terms of training him again.
Oh, training, okay.
But, you know, it's one of those things. You listen, I can't predict. In fact, I'm going to retract what I said, because in this sport, you never know what's around the corner. And never say never. So you never know.
You never know.
No, we didn't end on bad terms. He just wasn't honest with me.
And you're getting a lot of, like, the people from Cape Town as well having go to you on social media. I mean, what are your thoughts on those comments?
It's not even worth a response. I mean, it is what it is. Some people are going to love me. Some people are going to hate me. Some people are going to think I'm an arsehole. So be it. The only people that count are the people who care about me, and I'll care about them, my family, my kids, and that's all that matters. And my fighters. My fighters have shown loyalty to me. I will show loyalty to them. I will fight every inch for them, and I love them. And you know that because you've been around me long enough. But again, I can't, like I'm saying, this isn't a popularity contest. I can't make people like me. I can't make people love me. It's one of those things.
Well, it is an awkward situation, isn't it? I mean,
I don't feel awkward. But that's the thing. That's the thing. I mean, I have no real reason to bullshit you. I'm being straight up and honest with you. I honestly don't care.
So, would you think it would be awkward for, like, Rumble Africa, I mean, in that situation?
No, I don't think it's business. Listen, you got to understand, this is boxing, it's business. I've said that to you before, with contractual disputes elsewhere. I mean, that's what it is. It's nothing personal. It's always objective.
You mentioned nothing personal, and in the interview, Chief did illuminate to the fact that, you know, you guys are not friends.
Okay.
Is it a personal thing?
No, I don't care. I think when the whole thing with the Zinga happened, when he defected to me, that affected me. I think there were more underlying issues, though. And again, you can see there's still underlying issues. But again, Hayden, I honestly don't care. I slept well last night and the night before, and tonight I'm going to sleep exceptionally well too. I don't care. I care about South African boxing. I care about doing the best in my capabilities of putting fights together and making it happen. And the fighters that I train and that I manage, giving them the best. I still manage Zinga, so I want the best for him.
Does the fact that he's changed trainers change his career trajectory at all?
I can't answer that right now. My job now is obviously just to give him the best deals, and obviously ensure that he gets the opportunity to be champion of the world. I think the world visibility, and as you know that. So I'm not going to point fingers and blah blah blah. Is what it is. I was just disappointed that he bullshitted the media with regards to what he told me in my office. Well, again, I want to reiterate, there's no reason for me to lie and make this stuff up. I can't fabricate the story. I mean, I could, but what's the point of me lying about it?
I mean, he is a top talent, though. I mean,
absolutely,
it's a hard one to lose, isn't it?
Dude, I'm going to repeat myself again. I don't care.
Oh.
I don't care.
So I mean, so that's just your statement there. Like it's simple. It's an agreement that one has to see out and fulfill, and then once that's over, then you can take it from there.
Absolutely. And if he's still with Rumble by the time the agreement ends, and I'm still involved with Rumble, which I have no reason to think that I won't be, I'll still be matching and doing all this international work for him.
Are you anticipating any headaches going forward?
No.
Not.
No. I've got Bernard in my office.
So just business as usual.
Business as usual, and it is what it is. Fighters come and go. I just hope, please God, that he can be champion of the world, because I think the world of his ability.
What do you think about Chief? What's your opinion on him?
It is what it is. Like I'm saying to you, I can't make people like me. Could I sit at a table with Chief and iron stuff up potentially? But if he doesn't want to, life goes on.
So ultimately, it's going to come down to what happens behind the scenes. And
well, behind the scenes, we're going to make it happen for the kid. And again, I'm not going to cut off my nose to spite my face, because he's a talent and he wants to be champion of the world. And irrespective of all the issues outside of that, we've got to work together to make and fulfill those dreams for the kid. And that's why I'm saying to you, it's like, no hard feelings, it is what it is.
All right, so is there anything else you want to add there, Cole? Is that it?
No, you're looking nice and slick though, so leave it to you, bro.
Slick Rick.
Slick Rick.
That's it, say. Oh, thanks for catching up with us, Cole.
Pleasure, thank you.